Alright, hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how and what to study for your college portfolio, specifically for animation. So let's get into it. So I was really lucky in that I went to an art high school in New York. So that kind of helped me prepare for my portfolio. So I wasn't ever really confused or anything like that. Well, I guess I was, but I had help. And I realized though that not everyone has this, and that most students who go to regular high schools or are deciding to go into animation at a different point in their life aren't really sure what to do. So this is what this video is going to be about. So first off, live drawing is going to be the most important, and I know some people are going to hate to hear that, but that's the way. It sucks at first, but once you get better at it, it does become way more fun to do. So just keep at it. So basically, for live drawing, I was able to apply for a scholarship for the Society of Illustrators, which is a place where you can go and draw models and live models, basically. They have like art classes and stuff. So basically, a teacher told me about it, that I applied for the scholarship and it was free for me. And so for about 4 months, I went every Sunday. For 4 hours, I would do nude modeling. Well, actually, I think for about the first month, I did costume drawing, and then the next 3 months, I did nude drawing. So focus on the nude one for the majority. And timing. So you want to basically do different timings. So focus on doing anywhere from 15 seconds to 20 minutes per pose. So you want to get a variety of different timings. You don't need to do fully rendered stuff unless you want to. But yeah, for the most part, 15 seconds to 20 minutes per pose. 1, 2, and 5 minute poses are going to be about like the basic, focus on those times the most, I suppose. So also when doing these gesture drawings, you definitely want to get your strong line of action. And if you don't know what gesture drawing is, search it up. So basically, when you do your live drawings, your gesture drawings, exaggerate it. Really, 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 really push it. Because when you're starting out, you're not going to really push it as much as you think you are, and it's going to end up actually being not as exaggerated as you'd think. So just push it full throttle, and of course keep some to do more like realistic, but definitely do more exaggerated, like push the pose, push the anatomy, push the curves, push those straights, just exaggerate it, and that's gonna really help you, especially when it comes to stylization. This is how when your voice kind of like comes into play. So another thing is cafe drawing, which is basically when you go out and you draw what you see. And now it's a little bit harder because of the pandemic right now, so try to find a place that doesn't have a lot of people, or you could also do it in your own home. So you just sit down and draw. Like the environment, the people. It is typically better to go where there are people, so you can like train your brain to draw really, really fast, because they're going to be changing poses. So maybe in a park that's not too crowded. Stay safe, of course, number one. But yeah, if anything, you can do it in your own room. Draw who's ever in your house, your family, your roommates. Yeah, because a lot of the time, a lot of these colleges are going to explicitly say that they want it from life and not from the computer. And I know some people are going to try and cheat. And I'm like, I get it. But if you don't do it right, they can tell when you're not doing it from life. Because when you're doing it from a screen, the screen already flattens the image for you. And that's why a lot of the time they want you to do it from life, because you have to convert with your own brain to put 3D into 2D. And when you do cafe drawing, especially, is going to be noticeable, because when you draw from life, it's going to be distorted. There's going to be a sort of distortion. So if you draw your room, it's going to look like it's coming from a fish islands because of it. They also can tell based off the angle, like if you draw like a high angle, that's not feasible for you to sit in, they're going to be able to tell that you're not actually in that location and that you probably just ripped off a photo. So things to keep in mind. If you're going to cheat, make sure the levels are right, at least at your own photo. I'm not endorsing cheating, actually. I'm not saying anything. But you know, it's tough times, it's the pandemic right now. You know, not much you can do about that. So another thing is, let's see, study from films and animation. So both live action and animation you should study from, and basically what you want to do is just, it can be quick or as rendered as you want, but try to keep it quick. So maybe about a minute per frame, or maybe 5, I don't know, however detailed you want to do, but basically just tiny little thumbnails where you just put the basic layout. Don't put details because those don't really matter. You just want to get the composition. You want to and the posing and camera movement. And if you want, you can add some 1 to 3 shades for the lighting. But like, if you're gonna add lighting, don't add any more than like 3 or 4 tones because these are to be quick, you know, because you should be able to tell exactly what's happening just from something really simple, because that really breaks it down, and that way you can convert it to whatever other scenes you want to do. So yeah, and for storyboarding, I think what's something really important that most people don't know is the 180 rule. So please look it up because it's really helpful to have visuals for it, but there's tons of resources online that explain the 180 rule. So please look into that. And another really good resource is Sakuga, because they post a lot of animation clips from, you know, really good animations, typically anime, but some others as well. So check that out because anime is good to study from if you get the right ones. I know there's a lot of bad ones, but one of my storyboarding teachers would always reference animes and, you know, different cartoons. So like, you know, Studio Trigger, Mob Psycho is a good one. Yeah, like, because anime knows how to cheat well. They know how to get the minimum amount of movement but make it really dynamic. Because listen, in storyboards, if you have those strong key poses, you don't really even need to animate much, as long as your poses are very strong and concise and move well together. So there you go. That's that. And another thing is saving reference. This is a really, really good habit to start, and this is a habit that I just have, and it, you know, lasts your whole life. But basically just saving reference. If you see a photo, anything you like, whether it's like for aesthetic purposes, for posing purposes, lighting purposes, whatever, save it, screenshot it, like just save it. I save a lot of photographs on that I see on like Twitter, you know, like nice photos, any outfits or like clothing, shoes, like any designs that I like, any like other designs that I think my characters would like and would have. I would always take a lot of photos when I'm out and about over things I think would look nice, over anything that I think would come in handy. And once you start drawing or try to draw backgrounds, you're gonna notice the gaps that you have and what you don't know. And when you know what you don't know, you're gonna start taking photos of that when you're out and about, because you're gonna be thinking, oh, I can draw a street. No, you can't. You realize that you can't because you're gonna be missing a lot of details. So sometimes I'll go out and about and I see like a little electric box on the sidewalk. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good detail I can include. So I take a photo of that. So I always take photos, even of the most basic things, because listen, when you go on Google, people are going to be seeing those exact same photos. They're going to be using the same photos, and often they're not going to give you what you want. So always take photos, take photos different times of day, get different lighting, different angles too. Like get it at different angles, different close-ups, far out, whatever. Also, I do take a lot of screenshots off like TikTok and shit. Like, oh, sorry, shouldn't curse. TikTok actually has a lot of good reference. People often post a lot of good lighting or poses. There's a lot of skateboarding, like people who skateboard on TikTok. That's incredibly good reference. A lot of them also go to abandoned houses. Also good reference. Like, you find good reference in the, oh god, my words. But yeah, references everywhere. If you like something, save it. That's all I have to say on that. Also, on Instagram, they have the saved collections. Make collections of different, your scenery collection, fashion, what, character design. Get that down. So yeah, I think that's just about it. I'm sorry about truffle barking all the time. I hope that doesn't show up too bad. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Draw animals. Draw your own pets if you have any. Animals are good to draw. Photo studies. If you're looking for places to do nude studies, Croquis Cafes on Vimeo, and that's really good. Bodies in Motion is another really good website where they have little clips of people moving, and then they also break down those clips into frames, so frame by frame. Some of it, the website you have to pay for, but there's still a lot of stuff you can access for free that's still very helpful. So yeah, Bodies in Motion, check that out. And yeah, so basically this feels probably very intimidating because it's a lot, and it's okay, because when you're young there's a lot. So start with what I guess you're most interested in, what appeals to you the most, because keep yourself healthy. But of course, live drawing and new drawing is the most important, so keep at it. If you have a hard time staying on track like I am, set a schedule for yourself. Monday I do this, Tuesday I do this. Write it down. Write down a schedule, and it helps. But of course, always take breaks. Don't overwork yourself, and draw what you enjoy drawing, because if you only study or if you only draw what you don't like, you're going to get burnt out and you're going to start hating to draw. So remember to be self-indulgent. Nothing wrong with that. Draw for yourself. And yeah, I think that's it. So good luck with your portfolios. I hope you have fun with it. I hope you get in the college you want. Just work hard. That's all I have to say. Yeah, stay safe. Hope that was informative. Okay, bye guys.